Well, we are back, huh? We're back with Tony Loves Skateboarding. Listen, today we have a special, special review. The Chocolate Chris Roberts Pro Model. Welcome back, everybody. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. This week, I'm going to be talking to you about Chocolate Skateboards, one of my all-time favorite companies, even though I never really rode their boards before. Up until 2016, when I first got back into skating, I just found out about my local park, so I started going there in the mornings, and I picked up a chocolate board. And I remember having something very interesting happen to me, which was I didn't really like the board because it was pretty on the mellow side. And I remember back then thinking that I liked skating steep decks because that's what I used to like when I was younger. But even though I remember not liking it that much, I remember feeling like I was skating well with that deck. Like I said, I was getting back into skating. I was trying to relearn a bunch of tricks. And for some reason with that board, it just kind of made it easier for me. But I always remember thinking, man, this tail is so mellow and I hate it. But in fact, I was actually skating better than I had in the whatever couple months that I had been skating again. So having said that, I never picked up another chocolate board up until now when I picked up this Chris Roberts Secret Society deck. And I tell you, I should have done this sooner. This deck is an 8.0, which is what I've been riding for the last 60 years, so there's no surprise there. It is 31.875 inches long, which is a little bit longer than the previous couple boards that I've been riding, the Real and the Polar. It's got a 14.25-inch wheelbase, which I'll get into that in a second. And the tail is 6.5 inches long, and the nose is slightly bigger at 6.875 inches long. I know, lots of numbers in there. So this shape is a little bit interesting for me. I'm a big fan of Real's full SE decks, which have a fuller nose and tail. In this case, it's got a hefty nose, but it's not pointy, which is one thing that I do not like on a skateboard is a pointy nose. This one is quite round. It's nice and round. It's not quite full as the full SE, but it is pretty hefty and round. The tail as well. The tail is pretty nice and round. It doesn't really taper that much more from the tail, but you do not have an issue, or at least I didn't have an issue telling which end is which. I actually also ride with a couple different screws over here on the front. That helps me tell the difference between the two, but like I said, even if I didn't have that, there would not be an issue telling which is the tail and which is the nose. The shape for this board is the G008 with an OG concave. So I'm going to assume that that deck that I rode in 2016 was probably the same shape as this one. When I started riding this one, it kind of gave me that vibe that it was about the same. Like the tail feels a little bit mellower than what I've been riding lately. So I'm going to assume that that is the same shape. And that's exactly what I'm looking for on a skateboard nowadays. I actually prefer a more mellower board. I feel like I don't have to work as hard for my tricks. I feel like I have a better board feel as well. Every single person could be different, but that is what I'm experiencing right now with this board. So yeah, this is a great shape. I can see myself skating more of this shape in the future. When I look down, I think it looks awesome. And that is something that is very important to me. If I feel like it looks good, I skate good. That's just as simple as that. The graphic is actually very simple, and I love that. And it's kind of funny. I hope that I got video of this before I set it up, because I've been riding it for a little bit. But there's graphic on top of the deck, and the graphic on top of the deck is way more complex than the graphic on the bottom of the board. I'm not 100% sure why they did that. Maybe this is one of those decks that you ride with a clear grip tape. I don't know. I'm not a clear grip tape kind of guy, but I can see somebody doing that because the graphic on top, it actually was pretty sick. So this is the Secret Society board, so it's got all kinds of weird like culty things like included in the graphics. It's got like a little helmet there with the horns and 999, but guess what? If you go upside down, Oh, buddy, it's the number off the beast. This deck has got a 14.25 wheelbase, like I said. And that is the one thing. And even though I'm not having issues with pretty much any tricks, I'm really not having issues with, I can 360 flip this board very well, no issues. But I do wish there was the same board, the same shape, on something in between 14.25 and 14 inches on the wheelbase. That would be amazing, especially because I'm running Thunders. I prefer to keep my wheelbase from 14 to 14.25, but like I said, if there's something in between, because sometimes 14 inch wheelbase with Thunders sometimes is a little too much, or too little, I guess. It's just a little bit out of control, but I don't like going over that 14.25 wheelbase, so somewhere in between, I think it would be mwah. Another thing that I love about the construction of this board is the different color layers. I've mentioned this in the vlog before. I'm a visual guy. I like seeing small details, and that is something that this deck has. It has it's like a purplish top, and then some of the other layers, you got orange, you got green, and then you got some of the wood, and then you have the gold graphic. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see. I love seeing things like that. It makes me feel that I'm getting a quality product. Whether it means that or not, I don't know. It just makes me feel like it is. But you know what? I've been skating this board for a little bit, and I do know that I have a quality product because it's gotten beaten up, and it's still in great shape. The tail is super poppy, super snappy. Barely any razor tail. And yeah, I do skate a lot of skate parks, but every couple times a week, I try to go outside down the street and do fly ground tricks. So from that, I haven't seen any damage, which usually my boards get pretty damaged on in asphalt. But with this one, we seem to be doing very well. And I like that. I appreciate that. I wouldn't say that this board is stiff. Neither I would say that it's bendy. It's weird. It's like right there in the middle. Like it hasn't been something I've noticed. This was just basically like good out of the box. So if that's information that you might want to know, then there it is. So I'm gonna stop talking, and here are some clips that I was able to get with this board. It's been crazy down here in Florida with the weather, whether it's raining all the time or just blistering hot. I also had some construction done to my house, so I wasn't able to skate as much for the past like month and a half. But anyway, here's what I was able to get. I hope you guys enjoy it. Then we'll come back and I'll tell you my final thoughts on this board. Alright, so I've been having a lot of fun with this board. I'm glad and I'm happy that I went and checked out Chocolate again because like I said, this is like one of my all-time favorite companies. You know, them and Girl. I just love the writers. I love their advertisements, their ideas, their videos, for crying out loud. I've been watching Girl and Chocolate videos since they came out. So the fact that I was able to revisit this and actually love it, it brings me joy. So I would say if you were thinking about getting a Chocolate board, I would say go ahead. So now keep in mind, some companies do use a different manufacturer when they do a pro model to a team model or a logo model. So I guess beware of that. But when it comes down to this pro model, this G008 shape, I am highly enjoying it and I highly recommend it. I can see myself riding these shapes for a while. I don't know what else to say, man. Like, it's just one of those things. It's one of those setups that when they feel good, they just feel good. You know what I mean? So real quick, what I'm riding right now is the Chocolate Chris Roberts 8.0, Thunder Holo Lights 147. I got Spitfire Radials 99. I got Quantum Bearing Science bearings, which I should make a video about these bearings because they're actually pretty amazing. And everything. Oh, mob grip, of course, always, and cut in 3 pieces. The grippiest only. So yeah, so that's about what I have to say about this board. I love it, and it's been good to me, and I would recommend it to you. So if you like what you're seeing, if you like my reviews, and if you want to see more, make sure you subscribe. I know a lot of you watch these videos and you're not subscribed, which is fine, I guess, but you understand, the more you subscribe, the more videos I get to make, the more inspired I get to be, and yeah, the more you get to see my dumb face. So hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave me comments like, what do you think about chocolate boards? Or what kind of boards would you like me to do a review on? I read all of your comments and I try to reply to every single one of them. So let me know you're out there. Thank you for watching. Go check out stayyoungsb.com. That's my brand. We got a new shirt. We got this 90s inspired shirt. It's called 1991 because that's when I started skating. So go check out. We got this shirt. We got like 2 more other new graphics. That's at stayyoungsb.com and on Instagram at stayyoungsb. Remember to put on sunblock. Remember to drink water. But most importantly, remember to stay young. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.